Hi everyone, welcome back again. So today's topic is does motivation really work in a weight loss journey? Now so many of them they ask me, I started my weight loss journey. I was so motivated in the beginning, but as the time went by, I could not keep up with the speed or the progress. And after some time, I'm unable to continue with the same momentum, the same energy that I started. So many of them they get confused, why does this happen, does motivation really work, and how is it that we can sustain our weight loss journey. So today we will understand how motivation actually helps, does it really help, and we will also understand the real secrets to a sustainable weight loss. Now first of all, many of us we want to lose weight. So what is that thing that starts you, or that gets the thought inside your mind, that I want to lose weight? Either you have seen a famous personality, or you have seen a film star, or probably you have a wedding, or you have some event where you want to look your best. So this is the starting point. Now you get motivated by looking this person or this famous personality, or maybe your family member or your friend, colleague, somebody has done a nice transformation, and that gets you to thinking, oh wow, is this something that even I can you do and I can replicate? Basically something strikes inside you and you get motivated. Now this is the starting point. Motivation is the first step. It could be anything, not just weight loss, any other project, any other thing you want to achieve in life, any goal you want to achieve. Motivation is the starting point. So know that getting motivated is very natural. So it is like, you have your gas lighter, right? So when you go to light the gas, what do? You just release one spark, you have your gas flame burning. Do you need the lighter continuously to let the flame going on? No. It is the fuel inside the gas cylinder which keeps the flame burning. So what is the function of the gas lighter? The function of the gas lighter is only to start the gas, or to start the flame burning. Similarly, motivation is the starting point. It gets things moving, it gets that hope, that it gets that excitement inside you, and that is what puts you into that frame of mind. Now it's you are now all set, things start moving inside your head. Okay, now I want to lose weight. What is that I should be doing? Okay, I have to be eating right, I need to have a diet, I need to be exercising, I need to be sleeping, all these things start coming inside you. Now motivation is necessary. You cannot start, just like the gas lighter, you cannot start something, any goal, anything, unless you're enough motivated. It's like the first step. But you cannot solely rely on motivation. Now supposedly you have seen some film star, you have seen a transformation and that excited you, and you start reading about the person, what changes they have done, and you start accordingly. You maybe you get motivated to join a gym, you hire a coach, and you start your progress. But what happens after some time? Things don't go the way you planned, right? What happens? Life happens rather. Now you have started eating right, and that is the time maybe you have some party, some get together, where the environment is such that you are not able to hold yourself back from eating those things. So you say, okay, it's okay for one day, probably I can indulge. Probably you decided to exercise now, but the rains have started and now you cannot go outside the house. So basically something on the other happens and things don't go as planned. Also, after a few days and weeks, you see that the scale is not moving fast enough as you expected. You want to lose weight very fast, that's not happening. So now what happens? The motivation fizzles out and you give up. So usually what happens during the beginning of the year, people start with a bang, they will take a new year resolution of losing weight, they will do everything. In fact, there's even a phenomenon called as Quitter's Day. It is a day celebrated on the second Friday of every January. Now it is believed that by almost 2 weeks or 15 days, people start giving up on their resolutions, or they quit on their goals. So that's why it is marked as Quitter's Day. So that is basically the time period when people get rather demotivated and they give up on their weight loss goals. By now you must have understood that motivation is just like a spark in the gas lighter. You cannot continue going on relying just on motivation. Now another reason why this happens is because you have made short-term goals. Now if you decide to lose weight only for a wedding or a party or an event, first of all, there is a risk, that you will adopt some very, unhealthy approach. And secondly, once the event, the wedding is over, you return back to your old habits. So if motivation is the first step, the second step is discipline. Now what is discipline? Discipline is doing the things that you don't want to do and you know you need to do it. Discipline is basically doing the things that you need to do even when you don't want to do them. So for example, now you know that you have to eat right. When you are going to lose weight, you cannot afford to eat junk food, processed food, outside food. When you want to lose weight, you need to exercise. So you have to build in the discipline of exercise, the discipline of sleeping early. So once motivation fades away, you have to build discipline if you want to remain consistent in your weight loss journey. But now again, building discipline is not very easy. So how do you build discipline? So here comes the third step. The third step is building habits. So what are habits? Habits are repetitive behavior. Somewhere those actions in which you do not apply much of your brains. Any action which happens automatically is called as a habit. Another thing is that you do not associate happiness or discomfort with a habit. Now for example, brushing your teeth. Now this is a habit you have developed right from your childhood. So you cannot say that you feel very happy by brushing your teeth, or you feel very any kind of discomfort while brushing your teeth. You just go and brush. Now there is nothing, you don't associate any kind of feeling with it. It's a habit. You just, when the time comes, when you wake up in the morning, you get up and brush. When you go to sleep, you brush your teeth and go to sleep. So now here, there is no such thing as, I have to brush. So habits are basically any routine behavior, even when you're going to office, or you are going for your work. You will have a certain set of habits which you have built, from morning, like maybe you get up, have a bath, prepare breakfast, prepare lunch, you prepare your tiffin for your kids, these are all habits that you have built. So you go and do automatically these things. And if you observe that habits will have a particular time also, most of the times you will do certain things at the given time, there may be 5-10 minutes here and there, but more or less at the same time. So how do you build habits? Now the most common problem, even I see with my clients is that it is the habit of exercise which they find difficult to incorporate in their daily life. So they say, yeah, we can manage our diet, we can manage our sleep also, but we are not finding the time to exercise. And I also see people, they admire some people, they're so particular about their exercise, I see them going at the same time every day, working out regularly. So how does this happen? How can I inculcate exercise very seamlessly into my routine? Now, if you know a person who exercises daily, you just go and ask that person, whether he likes to exercise. Now, most of us, frankly telling, even sometimes I don't feel like exercising. Now this is very normal, anything and anywhere where you find discomfort, know that exercise is not something, very pleasurable. Now this is because it puts you into discomfort, when you exercise there will be body pain. There is nothing comfortable about as exercise as such. Only after when you finish your exercise, you feel good. That is because, those endorphins are released. The feel-good hormones are released. So people who consistently exercise, how do they do this? How do they include exercise as a regular habit? Well, the answer is that they have made exercise as a habit. Just like brushing your teeth, having a bath, all these things are automatically, placed in your routine. You don't have to think about these things. They have made exercise a part of their routine. Another important thing is that they have prioritized exercise just like brushing and having a bath. So if you want to build discipline in your life when it comes to weight loss, when it comes to exercising, eating right, sleeping on time, you will have to build habits. Now most of the times we hear that you have to be consistent, you will see results only when you have consistency in your routine. But you can build consistency only if you build habits. Now what is the good thing about habits? Anyone can build them. Now building habits does not require any special skill. It does not require any intellect where you have to be smart enough, only then you can build habits. Now if you have built the habit of brushing your teeth, you can build the habit of exercising also. The beauty of habits is that they reduce decision fatigue. Now when you do something automatic, you don't have to decide, that is the reason it is very important to show up, and secondly show up at the same time. Now let's take the case of exercise only. So if you want to start including exercise as a daily part of your routine, the first thing is that you have to show up no matter what comes. If it is for 5 minutes, it is for 10 minutes, you have to show up for exercise. You cannot say, I will exercise X number of days, or I will exercise maybe day after, where there is no clarity. If there is no clarity, then you will not be able to create that habit. So first thing is show up, don't try to be perfect. Maybe 5 minutes, 10 minutes, whatever possible for you. Now the second thing is showing up at the same time. Now if you set a time like, at 7:30, I will be exercising. Every day at 7:30, automatically your body will start, going into that mode. Okay, you will probably wear your, workout clothes. You will get your bottle of water ready, and then you will put on some music, things will start going effortlessly, because now you have formed the habit, and automatically at that time you will go and do all these things. So that's why it is better that you have a specific time. And that is the reason when you enroll for a class, you end up going for that class, because now you know that your class probably is at 7:30 or 5 o'clock in the evening. You cannot afford to miss the class. You have to reach the class at the given time. So probably I will make another video, how to build weight loss habits, what are the things that you can do to build the right habits. Okay, so now we have understood that motivation is necessary to get you started. To keep continuing, you need to have discipline, and to build discipline, you have to get habits in place. And if you get habits in place, all this will compound to giving you consistency. So we were talking about the example of the gas lighter, how the spark in the lighter is like the motivation that gets you starting. The fuel are your habits. So if the flame has to continue burning, you need to have habits in place. That is the reason. Start building habits. Every day won't be the same. Some days you will be motivated, some days you won't be. But what will really make you go and do the things that you're supposed to do are the habits in place. So finally, we come to the end of the video. I hope you have understood that motivation is necessary, but it is habits that will help you to achieve your goals. Sustainable weight loss does not come with short-term effort, but it comes with long-term boring habits. I hope today's video was useful and will help you to start your weight loss journey. If you have any questions, do comment below. Until the next video, take good care of yourself. Stay fit, stay motivated. Bye-bye.